GameStop. All right, let's go over this crazy nonsense that's going on. People are talking on the news like, "Oh, like the whole GameStop thing like ended yesterday. Like it's just getting started. It's not over, I assure you." Um, but I just wanted to, I guess, cover a couple of fundamentals of how this works, what the short squeeze is, and then yeah, what it's doing now is put like it's threatening to bankrupt a hedge fund or two, and things could get crazy. So this is a Reddit forum called Wall Street Bets. So here's Reddit, and this Wall Street Bets forum. I mean, they have some different trade ideas, but what they did here is they found a stock that was shorted like 100%. There was 140% short on the even on the available shares. So they're a naked short. Like it shouldn't even be illegal to do that. Um, and so they set up a short squeeze on this Reddit thread, which had I don't know, I think it had like 1 million users or something at that point. And as of today, it has like 6 million users. So it's like going absolutely crazy. Um, but it's just well, it's just like a basic short squeeze. If people have shorts and then you just bid the price of the stock up, like the amount of money, the margin that they need to cover the shorts, like just keeps going up and up. And then when they run out of money, um, they have to buy the shares and cover the shorts at that really high price. And so and that's the basics of a short squeeze. And so this short was ridiculously short. Like they're shorter than even the number of shares that exist. Um, and then also not if you don't just buy all the shares, you also get call options on the shares, and then that puts extra pressure because then the market makers have to hedge the call options. So they have to buy shares at higher price because the call options push them up. And so that's what this group has been doing the entire time is and this they're ridiculous. They're always posting crazy videos and and yeah, so today was absolutely insane. So today, um, the Melvin Capital, like the main hedge fund that was crazy short on the stock, ran out of money and had to borrow money from other hedge funds to keep from going illiquid and covering the shorts. And then there's all kinds of crazy stuff. People are doing illegal stuff, halting trading, and so now there's a bunch of lawsuits out against the hedge funds or against Robinhood, and like Congress is going to have to investigate everything now. Um, so yeah, and they drove the price of the stock down a little bit. Let me go back to the chart here. Um, Today, with all of that crazy activity, there's a bunch of brokerages that made it illegal to buy shares of the stock or call options, so you could only sell. And so this is like what a bunch of the lawsuits are about now, and then who orchestrated that. But but yeah, the news today was saying like, oh, the squeeze is over and it's like coming down. I mean, you can see right here if the aftermarket trading, like it's just shooting up like parabolic after close today. But we'll see where it goes tomorrow. But tomorrow should be a big day because a bunch of call options expire. So that's like the call option gamma squeeze that should push it up in addition to the normal short squeeze. And so this whole time it was coming down, like all the people that have the short squeeze on are not selling their shares. Like people are not selling out of this thing until the hedge funds go bankrupt and have to cover at a ridiculously high price. And that's like the actual squeeze when that happens. Like this is just driving the price up to the point where they can no longer cover the price of having the shorts, and then they have to pay out the shorts at a huge loss. Like they're at like minus 70 billion or something right now, the hedge funds. Um, and so I think it's getting to the point where they can't cover. I mean, taking loans to try to cover the shorts right now, or try to have enough margin to not have to cover the shorts. Um, yeah. So this is a this is a funny website. One of the guys in the Reddit thread. It's called is the squeeze.com, and officially as of January 28th today, the squeeze has not been squoze. So everyone in the group agrees to not sell their shares until the squeeze happens. And then when the squeeze happens, like that's literally the entire fund of a massive hedge fund. Like they're bankrupt. You know, like if one individual person has some shorts, like, and they go to the limit of whatever cash they have in their account, like the brokerage will just close their account and like use the, or not close the account, but close the short position and use all the cash to close the short position. Like when they hit the limit of whatever cash they have available. And so that's the same thing that happens to a hedge fund, but it's an entire hedge fund. It's billions of dollars. It's getting like right to that point now. And so, yeah, so the short interest, as you can see here, is somewhere between 100% and 123%. So it's still, there's still like naked short, like more short than there even are shares available. And so the short squeeze is still on. Nobody's selling. People are buying shares up if they can, or buying call options on this to drive it up. And then when the squeeze happens, when they actually do go illiquid and they have to cover all their shorts at a crazy high price, that's when it just goes parabolic, and it could shoot to whatever 1,000. Some people are saying like 5 or 10,000. I suppose that's possible. Um, I did some like quick math, and it looked like I think it was about 1,600 made sense if it squeezes from here, to where they would have to cover. And yeah, so this is a huge crazy thing, because now like all the politicians are involved, all the hedge funds are involved, all the brokerages are involved, and then you kind of have this chain of who's liable. Like if the hedge funds go broke, then the brokerages are kind of like liable behind them. And if they let it squeeze higher uh, than like the normal amount, where the hedge fund would just like use all of its liquidity to cover the shorts, then the brokerage is kind of on the hook for letting them do that, and then the banks are kind of backing the brokerages, and then the government is involved, I guess, if everything if everything goes down. But um, I don't I don't exactly know what will happen the uh, if the squeeze happens like tomorrow. Say it's possible that it happens tomorrow, like the real squeeze, and it just goes parabolic, and then yeah, like that would bankrupt some major financial institutions, and it's like all these crazy lawsuits, and then the whole market, entire stock market could get absolutely crazy. It could crash, or it could get shut down, or who knows. Who knows what could happen. Like this is billions and billions of dollars. It's already like $70 billion that's like coming from the hedge funds to all these random people on Reddit that are, like investing with their stimulus check or something. But it'll go higher than that. If it squeezes up, it'll go higher than that. Like 100 billion plus is the amount of money that would be transferred away from hedge funds to random Reddit investors. So that's the whole squeeze that's going on, and the crazy nonsense. And then just where the chart is, I mean, you can see the chart was, I think it started at like $12 or something. The short squeeze started around $12, and it kind of jumped to 50, jumped to 90, then jumped to 300, and now tomorrow, who knows? It might jump to like another level tomorrow, or it might just kind of run out sideways a bit. It looks like it's going up though, and it's possible that the squeeze happens and it actually shoots up, and then I don't know. We'll have to see like who does what. People are doing illegal stuff now, and the whole scam is getting exposed. Like being naked short is a little bit ridiculous, and just the entire way that all the options and different contracts are structured, like this kind of just exposes the scam of how the entire stock market is set up. Like the shares, this is like part of the thesis of the short squeeze as well. Is like the shares really have no fundamental connection to the underlying company, and that becomes pretty obvious when you're doing a short squeeze, because this is a company that probably will go bankrupt soon, and so the hedge fund will sort of short them and force them into bankruptcy, and then make money, shorting them. But the short squeeze does all the math in reverse, and yeah, if the brokerages don't force the hedge funds to close out the positions, then um, like the number that it could go to is, I don't know. There's like no limit to how high the numbers can go, until they close them out, and then I don't even know. There'd be like all companies out of business and ridiculous billions of dollars owed, and it'd be an insane mess. I don't know how any of that would even play out, but it's possible that happens tomorrow. So yeah, so this was my kind of uh, trade set up today. It pulled down, and I just kind of got a call option in here on E-Trade, and then E-Trade stopped allowing purchases of that stock. It doesn't allow any new positions on that stock, and I don't know if they'll be open tomorrow, but a lot of people were saying like, oh, these different brokerages are kind of in on it. But it sounds like what really happened is, well, Robinhood did some stuff that was probably illegal, but all the other brokerages that had to close the trading of that stock is because they didn't even have access to more shares. Like all the shares are bought up, and they the it just couldn't operate. Like they couldn't execute the trades because they didn't even have the shares available to them. Um, so yeah, that's the game stunk short squeeze, and not financial advice. And yeah, I mean, obviously, like it's all over the news and everything now. But this Wall Street Bets Reddit thread is pretty funny. They post all kinds of crazy stuff in here. People all over the world are like getting involved now, like in all different countries. This week, the thread went from 1 million to like 6 million people this week, or it went from like 2 million to 6 this week. And then they show you like all the news stuff that's going on. Like this is the letters in Congress about investigating fraud, and um, people are just like sort of in here. Like everyone just like cheers each other on and says, just hold the stocks. Do not sell your stocks until the squeeze happens. Like it hasn't happened yet, and nobody is gonna sell. And that's what's happening right now with the GameStop short squeeze. Elon Musk is tweeting about it all the time. They love posting his tweets in here. And yeah. uh, oh my goodness, it could get absolutely crazy if the squeeze really happens tomorrow. Like I just don't even know what happens. Like the entire stock market and the entire financial system are just like exposed and destroyed, sort of. And so I don't even know what happens after that. But could be it could be interesting. So happy trading.